I welcome you to Concept Clarity Lecture Series, the Clarity for Sure Agri Clarity platform. And today's topic of discussion is major soils of India. So yes, let's just start with our today's topic, that is major soils of India. According to ICAR, we have total 8 major soils in India, which cover most of the geographical area of Indian subcontinent. So the first is alluvial soil. Let's in brief discuss all these 8 soils. Okay. So first is alluvial soil. It from the map you can see it covers most of the northern part and the delta region of Indian subcontinent. It is flown by the water of the rivers and it is kind of sediment soils or the deposits which are carried by the water. It covers major part of the Indian subcontinent, and yes, it is most fertile soil among all these soils. Next is the red soil and the yellow soil. The From the map you can see the most of the eastern parts of the India are covered with this red and yellow soil. The significant red color is because of the presence of anhydrous ferric oxide, and when it is in the hydrated form, it gives it the yellow color to that soil. So yes, the second was the red and the yellow soil. The third one is the black soil. You can see from the map the black soil is present in the central part, that is the Deccan Plateau area of the India, and it is mostly famous for its cotton cultivation. Next one is the laterite soil. Laterite soils are present in the high rainfall and high temperature areas. You can see the Western Ghats, the part of Meghalaya, part of West Bengal and Odisha, part of the Eastern Ghats and the Aravalli ranges. Okay, so where there is a high rainfall and high temperature, there will be the laterite soils. Next one is the arid and the desert soil. These are the soils which are present in the Rajasthan and part of Gujarat, and they are kind of sandy, have a low moisture retention capacity, and high salt concentration. So yes, next one is the saline and alkaline soil. These soils are again found in the areas where there is peculiar climatic conditions or there is a mismanagement of irrigation, that is we are over irrigated fields over the years, and um, the salt is going to get accumulated in those soils. So yes, the next one is the peaty and marshy soils. These are waterlogged soils with a high organic matter and mostly used for the wetland paddy cultivation. So yes, and the last one is the mountain soils or the forest soils. You can see from the map they are found. You can find these soils in the uppermost part, that is the GNK, some part of Arunachal, some part of Sikkim. So yes, these mountain and the forest soils could be found in these zones. Okay. So yes, this was brief about the 8 major soils. Now let's in detail discuss all these soils one by one. So first one is the alluvial soil. That is the, as I already said, it is the major chunk of the all soils. So yes, it is categorized under the insectisoil and the antisoil soil order, and it covers major part, that is 45. Okay, somewhere this number is 43, but at least remember algal soil covers more than 40% of total geographical area, and the questions are asked on these lines. Okay, so please do not miss it. The question was, which of the following soil covers more than 40% of the area of the geographical area of India? So the answer was algal soil. So just cover the topics in that angle stream. Okay. So the second important fact about the alluvial soil is it is formed by the deposition from the rivers. Okay, the sediments which are carried out by the rivers, when its velocity is reduced or it is in the lower zones where the speed is reduced, those deposits become heavy for the soils and it starts to deposit, okay, in the nearby floodplains, and those are the soil, and this is how these soils are formed. Okay, so because of the same reason they are found in the Indo-Gangetic plains and the delta regions of our subcontinent. The rich in potash and lime, but they are deficient of poor in nitrogen and phosphorus. So yes, they are rich in what? They are rich in potash and lime, but they are poor in nitrogen and phosphorus. Okay, so just please keep this thing in mind. Next important point is the khadar and the bhangar. Okay, so the alluvial soils are categorized. We can say the subtypes of alluvial soil is the khadar and the bhangar. Okay, so the new alluvial soil is called as a khadar because they are formed by the recent river deposits in the fault lines. They are replenished annually by the floods, and they are because they are replenished every year, they are light color and fine texture. So because of all these reasons, they are more fertile as the fresh silt is deposited every year. Okay, but the bhangar is old alluvial soil and is composed and or deposited at the higher terraces away from the river channels. Okay, so and they contain scancre, that is calcium carbonate nodules, which makes it less fertile or it reduces its fertility. So which alluvial soil is more fertile? So these khadar is more fertile alluvial soils. Okay, so this was it about the alluvial soil. Next one is the red soil or the yellow soils. Okay, so yes, it is categorized in the soil order. You can see the picture, right? So yes, it is formed by the weathering of ancient crystalline and metamorphic rocks. We covered, right? Alluvial soil is formed by the deposition from the rivers, and this red soil is formed by the weathering of ancient crystalline and metamorphic rocks. Okay, it is second largest group that covers 18% of India's total geographical area. After alluvial soil, this is the second largest soil. Okay. Third one is the red soil is due to, and so this red color of the soil is because of the presence of anhydrous ferric oxide. Okay, presence of anhydrous ferric oxide makes this soil red in color. And when this anhydrous ferric oxide is combined with water, that is its hydrated form, give this soil the yellow color. Okay, so yes, these are the reasons why it looks red and yellow. Next important fact is the red soils and the yellow soils are deficient in the nitrogen, phosphorus, and humus. Okay, they are N, P, and humus deficient soil. Okay, so just keep this thing in again mind. Next is the red soils, but they are rich in what? They are rich in iron. They rich in iron, but they are deficient in nitrogen, phosphorus, and humus, and they are slightly acidic. So the crops which we can grow well in these soils are ragi, groundnut, millet, tobacco, potato. These kinds of crops grow well in these types of soil. And we already covered from the map. These are the areas where you can find the red and yellow soils. So yes, this was it about the red and yellow soil. Next one is the black soil. Okay, so black soil is categorized under the vertisoil soil order. You can see the picture, it looks black. Okay, why it looks black? Because of the presence of titaniferous magnetite soil. Titaniferous magnetite mineral or some iron rich parent rock constituents, okay, gives this soil black color. So it is third largest soil, which covers around 15 to 16% of India's total geographical area. So yes, first one was alluvial soil, second one was red soil, and third is the black soil. Okay. So yes, this is the soil order according to geographical area. So it is originated from solidified lava after volcanic activity in the Deccan Plateau or the Central Plateau region of subcontinent. So again, let's revise. Alluvial form is because of the deposits that is coming from with the water of river. This red soil is because of weathering of the crystalline and metamorphic rock, and the black soil is because of volcanic activities. Okay, so yes, this is it. And the next black soil is also called as the regular or the black cotton soil. Why? Because it is really good or suitable for the cultivation of cotton crop. So yes, next is the important part, that is its self-flowering ability. So this soil shrink, okay, it shrinks when it is wet and it shrinks when it is dry and it swells when it is wet. And because of this shrinking and swelling, it develops a cracks. Okay, you can see this cracks, and this phenomena is called as what? The self-ploughing ability, which is exhibited by the black soil. We already covered the black color is due to titaniferous magnet. So red color is due to ferric oxide and the black color is due to titaniferous magnet. So yes, and they are argillaceous. What does that mean? They have high clay content. The clay content is more than 35%. It could reach around 60%. Okay, because of this reason, it is called as argillaceous. And we know if the high clay content is there, it should exhibit the high moisture retention capacity. So yes, this is how things are linked. Okay. And again, it has presence of alumina, iron oxide, lime, magnesium carbonate, etc., etc., etc. So yes, the potash and the next last point is the potash could be variable, but they of course are deficient or they have a low concentration of nitrogen, phosphorus and humus. Again, nitrogen, phosphorus and humus are what? Deficient. Okay. So yes, this is it about the black soil. So yes, let's just take a break, but the break for what? To solve the practice MCQs. So here are the two MCQs I want you to solve and please comment down below the answers for these questions. Okay. So the first question is about the self-ploughing capacity is exhibited by which soil, and the khadar and the bhangar are the terms which are used in the context of which soil. Okay. So please comment down below the two names for this self-ploughing capacity soil, and please tell me which is the old and which is the new alluvial soil. Okay, so yes, these are the practice MCQs. Okay, so yes, let's just start and move to the next type of soil, that is the laterite soil. Okay, it is classified under the oxysoil soil order, and yes, it is the laterite soil. We it is the term laterite is originated from Latin word which means brick. Okay, and they are rich in oxides of iron, aluminium, titanium, and manganese. So they could ask directly that which of the following soil is rich in the oxides of iron, aluminium, titanium, and magnesium. So the answer will be laterite soils. So they are formed, we already covered this, right? They are formed in the high temperature and heavy rainfall condition. You can see this red part, right? They are where there is a high temperature and high rainfall, the laterite soil will be there. So yes, the next point is that they are clay rocks or soils that harden on the exposure to air. Because of this property, they are widely used to make bricks for the construction. This is the picture, okay? This is the picture. You must have seen these kinds of bricks in your regions, okay? If you are from these regions. These are the, we know this, where this where the soil is found, okay? Next is the lateral soil are acidic. They are infertile. They are poor in nutrients and organic matter. But yes, they are really good. They are really good with kind of some interventions, agriculture practices. They are good for tea, coffee, rubber, and cashew. Okay, they are good for cashew. So yes, this is about the laterite soil. Next one is the arid and the desert soil, and it comes under the aridosol soil order. Okay, you can see the pictures. So they are sandy, they are porous, they have low organic matter because there is a lack of vegetation, there is deficit in rainfall, and there is no moisture, and because of all this reason, there will be low organic matter. And because of it is a sandy, they don't have capacity to retain moisture, so there will be low moisture. So next point is they have high salt content in some areas. You can see this picture. The salt content is so high that here in the some areas the farmers perform the salt farming. The salt is literally extracted from the soil. So you can imagine the presence or the concentration that could be there in the soils. Okay. So yes, the next is this point is there. There is a the phosphate content is normal, but the nitrogen again is insufficient because of the low organic matter. Next is the as you go down in the soils or as there is increase in depth, the calcium content in these soils are more, okay, which leads to the presence of cankers, canker formation. The calcareous concretions are more as we go down in the soils, and which again further hinders the infiltration. We know it is porous, it has low moisture retention capacity, there is a low rainfall, and the situation is again worsened by this presence of canker layer deep inside these soils. Okay, so yes, and we know it is found in the Rajasthan, Gujarat, and only the drought tolerant and salt resistant varieties we can grow in this soils. Okay. The next one is the peaty and marshy soils. It is covered under histosol soil order. And let's cover first marshy. Marshy is the soil is found in the areas with heavy rainfall, high humidity, where the vegetation is abundant. Okay, they have like poor drainage capacity and accumulate excess water, which makes it look like this. And because of all these reasons, it is also called as a hydromorphic soil. So yes, this is about the marshy soil. The peaty soil, peat is what it is slightly decomposed organic matter. Okay, it looks black in color and it has high percentage of organic matter. Around 30 to 50 percentage of organic matter could be there in the peaty soil, and they are found in the areas of Kerala, Bengal, coastals of Odisha, and yes, because of this swampy and waterlogged condition, it is used by the farmers for the wetland paddy cultivation. So yes, this was it about the pity and the marshy soil. The second last one is the saline and alkaline soil. So these saline and alkaline soils are also called as ooser, sterile soil or infertile soil. This is really important that it is called as a ooser soil. It could be asked in your MCQs. Okay. So yes, they contain the sodium, magnesium salts, and what happens? These sodium and magnesium soluble salts, they get soluble or they get mixed up with the water, and that water, because of high evaporation, as there is a high temperature here, and if there is a high water table, that is groundwater table, because of these things this water comes up. Okay, this water comes up, and what happens, we know water just get evaporated from the soils, but these sodium and magnesium salts get stuck on these surfaces, giving it this whitish look. Okay, so these are the salts which got stuck here and the water just got evaporated from the soils. Okay, and it makes them infertile, and they are what, they are poorly drained, and because of this condition just happened. And yes, again, there are other reasons why the soil form is over irrigation, poor drainage, high evaporation, the high groundwater table level. All these reasons make create this kind of situation. And you need some kind of reclamations to use it for the cultivations. And the reclamations could be gypsum, use of gypsum, and the uh, leaching, that is leaching out or just using the water and leaching all the soluble salts from your field. The last one is the forest and the mountain soils. They develop under the forest cover. Of course, they are going to be developed under forest cover, or this mountain soil you can find on the hills or the slopes of the mountain. They are kind of acidic, and these mountain soils are acidic and low in humus in the snowy regions of Himalayas. Why? Because there will be low temperature, and we know in low temperature there will be low microbial activities, and so there will be low humus. So lower valleys, but the lower valleys of the mountains have fertile forests and the mountain soils. The fertile soil is deposited at the bottoms, and they are really good for the cultivation and oral crop cultivation. Okay, so the forest soils are rich in organic matter. Of course, they are going to be rich in organic matter. But the mountain soils, which are found in the Himalayas, in the snowy regions, they could have the low humus content, and they are suitable for what? They are suitable for tea, spices, and some horticultural crops. So yes, this was it, and these are the again two practice MCQs I want you to solve. First is arrange this soil according to decreasing order based on the percentage of total geographical area they cover. And the next one is about the soils with the highest capacity to retain the soil moisture. So yes, a total. So we have total four MCQs. So just please comment down below the answers for this in the comment section. And yes, this was it about today's major soils of India. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next session.